This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global via Skype. I'm joined by Liam Williams, who's in Wales, not in Sheffield with the Ingle boys. How's lockdown, Liam?
It's all right, mate. It's pretty boring, but you know what you do is just trying to get on day by day and keep my little bits of training going, not to get too far out of shape and all that. But it's getting on my nerves, to be honest. I'm a little bit fed up.
I suppose a lot of boxers after this lockdown don't know what's happening, and in terms of opponents, etc. But you've got a clear route here. You're mandatory for Demetrius Andrade, and that must be on your mind during this lockdown. It's a massive fight. You have the chance to be the next world champion from Britain. That must be playing on your mind, Liam, the Demetrius Andrade fight.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that's helping me at the moment because I know I've got a big fight to go into. Whereas I think if I was a little bit further behind in my career and I didn't have a date, but I didn't know where I was going to be fighting, and I think my head bit my ass, to be honest with you, because I wouldn't know, where I was going next and what I was doing. I wouldn't have no motivation to train and stuff. But at least I know once it all opens back up, I'm guessing it won't be too much longer before we get something put in place.
Yeah, I thought that would be your frame of mind. As you said there, a lot of boxers don't know what's going to happen. Whereas, for yourself, you are mandatory for a world title. So, there's a lot of talk around Demetrius Andrade that he's an avoided fighter, that people aren't exactly jumping to get in the ring with him. Do you believe that's the case as well, Liam?
I said this up to someone the other day, but when people keep saying he's avoided, he's this, he's that, I don't understand why, because don't get me wrong, I'm not talking him down. He's a great fighter. He's 3-time world champion, 2 different divisions, whatever. But he's obviously quality. He's obviously got a lot of good things to be said about him. But I don't understand why he's avoided, because he's not exactly a killer, is he? He's not a ferocious, he's not putting people to sleep. He's awkward. He's a southpaw and he's rangy. He's got a lot of awkward things to be said about him, but he's not. I wouldn't class him as a dangerous fighter.
Would you say that it's his biggest step up in terms of you, as it is for you fighting Demetrius Andrade? We know you've been in the ring with Liam Smith, but I think it's fair to say it would be your biggest step up of your career to fight Andrade. But is it also his biggest step up?
For me, certainly, it's a world title fight. It's a big name and everything I've just said, but for me, it would be my biggest fight, yeah. In terms of him, he's had a couple of decent level fights, but I honestly believe in my fight, I'll be his hardest opponent and I will be the man to beat him. I fully believe it.
We've seen he's a slick southpaw, got a lot of attributes to his game. Very good amateur as well, unbeaten in the pro ranks. Hasn't really looked phased so far. How do you believe you beat him, Liam?
I just think I'll give him too much to answer, too much pressure, a punch too hard. He's not going to be his reckless, his usual reckless self. I just feel like I bring too much to the table for him to be fighting in the kind of style that they have in recent fights. As I said, very reckless, and I believe he's very good for 4 or 5 rounds, and he runs out of ideas. And I just believe I'll have too much for him to handle, and he won't know what to do with me.
To be fair, Akavov gave him a decent fight. I don't know if you saw that fight or if you've seen much of Andrade in particular. Have you seen much of his fights, Liam?
Yeah, I've obviously, even when I was never supposed to be fighting him or never even thought I would fight him, I've seen a couple of his fights anyway. Yeah, even back to when he fought Jack Culkay and then kind of fights Brian Rose. So I've seen bits of him, and I think he was better then than what he is now. He hasn't got the same as what he used to have. Yeah, but he's always his main attribute is the fact that he's awkward and unpredictable, and I think that's what makes him good, because people can't really judge what he's going to do. But he's never really stood out, and he's never really shone for me.
Have you spoken to Dom a lot about the fight? Do you speak about Demetrius Andrade?
Yeah, we've obviously spoke a bit since the fight's been talked about and whatever. And obviously we had Billy Joe in the gym when he was supposedly fighting, so I obviously already knew what kind of things Billy Joe was going to do a lot. He's a southpaw, I'm not. And we got different kind of styles, but obviously for quite a while I've had a good idea of how to beat someone like Andrade anyway.
We know how much you've improved under Dom, and you've put on, back-to-back momentous performances, some good knockouts in there as well. Do you believe this is the perfect timing for your world title shot and a fighter like Demetrius Andrade as well? Do you believe it's good timing there?
Yeah, it's a great time for it to come, because, as you said, I've been on a good run of stopping wins and whatever. But I just think now's the time. I need this kind of fight to really get me up. I could fight anyone and be up for it. I've never lacked motivation, but I think it's come at a good time in terms of stepping stones up to this point. And I'll be fully motivated, and I can't wait for this, because a lot of people are writing me off. I like that. I like a challenge where somebody thinks I'm going to get beat, and it drives me to train harder and just be better, to prove people wrong, and show just how good I am.
You definitely don't lack motivation. I remember some of your early fights, like the head-to-heads during the weigh-in the day before the fight, and you were getting animated in them kind of fights. So God knows how it's going to be with you and Demetrius for a world title.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to him. I honestly feel in my heart I'm not trying to be a prick or trying to talk a fight up, but I honestly think at this stage of my career I'm hungry for this. I think I've been waiting for this time for quite some time now, and I don't feel like there's going to be anybody that's going to take that away from me. And I'm gonna rip him off. I'm gonna smash him to bits.
He's been at world level for a very long time at multiple weights. This will be your biggest occasion. How do you think you'll handle it? And what do you make of Demetrius' character when you've seen him? Obviously, not face to face, but when you watch his press conferences, weigh-ins, etc. What do you make of Demetrius as a person?
I think he's a weirdo.
Why so?
I don't know. He's just a bit of a strange character, isn't he? He may be a nice fella, who knows? But generally, just speaking, in all honesty, I think he's a strange one. He's just a bit weird.
Ideally, of course, you'd want Frank to win the purse bids and bring it to Wales, but there's obviously a good chance you'll have to go to America and fight over there. I'm sure that won't faze you, Liam.
No, it'd be good to have it in Britain, but in all honesty, I probably want to go to America and fight, because it's something I've always wanted to do anyways, fight, overseas, and I just think it'd be a bigger win for me to go over there and rip her away from him in his country or his hometown or wherever it may be, who knows. But I just think that's the kind of challenge that I want, and I'm definitely going to suck it all up, and I can't wait for it to come now.
As soon as this lockdown's over, do you want to go into that straight away, or do you want a takeover fight before Demetrius?
No, definitely not. I want to get it on as soon as possible, but it's took me some time to get here where I am, and I don't want to delay it anymore. I just want to get straight back in the camp. Give me, whatever, 10, 12 weeks, whatever it may be, and just carry on. I'm ready. I'll be ready.
Yeah, you don't want to risk losing that shot, obviously. So just for a tick over fight.
Yeah, no, not that I think I'm going to lose to anybody anyway. But this is my time. I don't want to delay risk. I could get injured, could be cut. There's so many things which could play a part, and I just don't see the point in taking any more time over it. Let's just get it done.
I know you told me before we started this interview you're training, etc., but I'm guessing you're not sparring because of social distancing. Are you missing the element of training Liam, the sparring?
Yeah, that's my favourite part, if I'm honest. I wouldn't usually fight. I wouldn't spar within, I only start sparring within 6 weeks of a fight anyway. But even just the physical contact, like the body sparring, and even just pads. Obviously, I've been doing pads, and I just like somebody there driving me on and pushing me, and it's just it's all a bit repetitive at the moment. I'm running, hitting the bag, riding the bike. It's just a bit shit, really, to be honest.
Well, when you're back sparring, when this lockdown's over, I feel sorry for whoever's jumping in there because you're going to have to release all that frustration.
Somebody's getting that.
Just away from this, Liam, lastly, I saw this thing with Devin Haney on your Instagram story. What's going on there, Liam?
Yeah, he's just a bit of a clown, really. And he comes out and says the comments he made weren't racial and all that. I don't really care, to be honest. Like he said about white boys, it doesn't bother me. I couldn't care less. I don't find it, too insulting or whatever. But for him to go and act that way, and he's just trying to be like I remember Bernard Hopkins was saying it against Calzaghe, and what other way could you possibly say that comment and not be meaning it by being a racist of some sort? Why else would you say that? If I was going around saying, "Oh, I'm not even going to say it, I lost to a," then I'd be slaughtered. I'd be ruined. I'd probably get my license taken away from me. So I just don't understand why he would say that. You've obviously got some kind of dislike to white people to say that he's never going to lose to one, he's never going to whatever. But I just felt like I had to pipe up and say something.
So you messaged him, and then he replied back. What? How long did that go on for?
No, I'm just a couple of messages, but he was like, "I've never even heard of you." But typical American bullshit. They always speak the same crap, and I believe they, above you and whatever, never heard of you or whatever. But what Devin Haney doesn't realise, I will actually slap the shit out of him. I'll slap him.
Didn't you see him in Dallas? Was it?
Yeah, he sat just in front of me at the Garcia
Vargas
fight. Yeah. So it was like me, Barry, and Tom, one of the lads. Then it was like him and his. I don't think it was his dad. He was a white fella. But yeah, it was him and another woman, and then obviously Eddie and that. But anyway, he was sat there. I should have just slapped him across the back of the head, man.
All right. On that note, I think we'll end there, Liam. Yeah, hope you manage all right throughout the rest of lockdown. Hopefully, see that fight with Demetrius once we're back. And is there anything you want to add, Liam?
No, just that I can't wait for all this to be over. Hope everybody's staying safe. Follow the rules, because otherwise they ain't going to get any better, and I can't get the smash Andrade so quick.
Liam Williams, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully see you back in the ring soon, all right?
Definitely, Carl. Thank you for your time.
No worries. Cheers, Liam. See you later.
Take care. Bye.